Gentle call out to the folks that consider themselves advanced guitarists. If you can't do this exercise, I would not consider you an advanced guitarist.
All right.
Why? Because you should know where all the notes are on the guitar. Note location. Can you play me a C on every string? Can you play me a G on every string? Can you play a B flat on every string? These are things that, I guess I'm kind of out of tune. You should have been able to hear that. But if you can't do this, I'm not calling you an advanced guitarist. That's it. That's all there is to it. Get to work. Peace.
Okay, so what do I think of this? First of all, for the most part, he's 100% right. You definitely can't say that you're totally advanced if you don't know the notes on the neck. Now, what do I think about the actual way that he's using to demonstrate that he knows the notes? I don't think it's the greatest thing in the whole entire world. It is a useful exercise in some way to do that and be like, I'm going to find all the same notes in every single place on the guitar. I know to do that exercise, but guess what? I've never really practiced that exercise before specifically. So here's all my C's. There's a C there. There's also another C there. Or here are my G's. Well, obviously, my picking accuracy was a little bit off there, but you get it. Oh, okay, those are all my C's, all my G's. But here's the thing with that exercise is that it's not really actually that useful, and it's super duper boring to do. So while I agree with the principle that you should know all your notes very, very well on the guitar, I think there's a much better way to do it. So how should you do it instead? Number one, what you should do is you should learn the C major scale on one string at a time. What's the C major scale? It's basically the major scale that uses all of the natural notes that exist in music. And for example, if you're a piano player, this would be just learning the names of the white keys on the piano. So that if you know where the white keys are really well, aka the natural notes, then you can find the sharps and flats really easily because you can see the relationship between the sharps and flats and the natural notes. So I would start off by learning the C major scale and starting on the first fret of the second string and going C, D, E. You go up 2 whole steps, then you go up a half step to F, G, A, B, C. And then finding all of the lowest possible notes and working your way up. So let's say I want to start in the G string. What's the lowest note in the key of C that I can find is G. So I go G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. And I do that for all of the strings. Now, once you can do that with all the strings, even that seems like it's probably not super musically useful, right? But we're getting there because now we're actually seeing each note in relation to the other notes. Just doing that, you're gonna find all the C's, just like he showed in that video. But now, well, hang on a second, guys. Isn't the whole point of learning the notes and learning where they all are in the guitar to actually be better at playing guitar? So maybe we should actually use these notes to actually, make music. So that's why once you've gone through all those steps, which shouldn't take you very long, then you got to immediately do it in time, which I would argue is even more important than knowing your notes, is being able to actually play in rhythm, because I don't care if you know all your notes. If you can't play with good rhythm, you're going to sound like crap. So what you should do is then find some kind of backing track that you like. Here's one that I made that is in the key of C, or that the C major scale will work over, and practice playing these notes in time along with the backing track. So something like this. Right? right, so you see there, I just immediately played through all of them, but now I'm playing them in time, so it's actually musical, and I even threw in some slides and stuff like that. But even that is too boring, guys. I'm trying to show you the most fun way to do it, so even that's too boring. So now what I'm gonna do is that I've gotten a little bit comfortable with it. Now I'm not going to play them all in the exact same order. I'm going to start to visualize the shape and the relationship, but still keep the notes in mind. And now I'm going to actually try changing rhythms, and I'm going to actually try changing the order of the notes like I would in actual music, right? No actual music just goes up the scale and back down the scale all in quarter notes. That would be super boring. And then once you can do that, then since you've already worked on your notes on all of the other strings, now what you got to do is start trying to combine more of them. So now, not only am I actually working on my note knowledge, like Cory Wong was saying, but I'm actually working on all of the other aspects that I need to be able to be good at in order to play music. I'm actually playing in time. I'm feeling a groove. And I'm actually practicing my improv because I'm making musical decisions. I'm actually having to pick what rhythms I want to play, what notes I want to play when. That's the thing, is that you need to understand that all of the notes in a key are going to sound good together. So that's the way you should be practicing them. So now I'll try it on all the strings. Once you learn all of those natural notes and you can do them all in that one key of C major, now to cover the other things, like he was showing he could play B flat all over the neck, well, you need to just start doing this in all 12 keys. So you need to practice spelling out all 12 major scales and then finding them on the guitar neck. So for example, if you're aware of the circle of fifths, what you should probably start doing is going to keys that are close to the key of C major. So if you go counterclockwise on the circle of fifths, you're gonna go to F major. And guess what? F major only has one note that's different from C major, and Cory Wong played it. It's B flat, right? So if I take all of those exact same notes that I played before, the C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and I just lower my B to B flat, now I'm playing all of the notes that are in the key of F major. So I could start from F, F, G, A, B flat, because B was here before. Now B flat is always going to be one fret lower than B was. And then we get C, D, E, F. And then you just do that exact same thing over a backing track that's in the key of F. Go through that exact same process that we just went through in the key of C, do it in F, and then keep going counterclockwise on the circle of fifths, or go clockwise. You should do all of them. So also practice spelling them out. So I should be able to ask you, hey, how do you spell the key of A major? And you should be able to go A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Boom, just like that. I didn't plan that before. I just know how to spell that out through sheer repetition. So that is the last part in this whole entire equation. So you do all of the stuff I showed before, and then you got to do it in all 12 keys, be able to actually spell your keys out. Then you'll be able to find all those notes in the guitar really easily. And then you need to do that so much that you don't even have to think about it anymore. Okay, so if you still have to think about it, if you still have to think like, oh, okay, what's that formula again for the major scale? Whole, whole half, whole half. And then you have to like sit there and go F, go up a whole step, that's G, and go up another whole step. No, that's not good enough, okay? If you want to actually be advanced, like he's talking about, you need to be able to do that in all keys, and you need to be able to do it instantaneously without thinking about it. So all of these tools that you've probably seen, the tricks of the whole half, whole half, and all these different little learning tools, that's exactly what they are. They're just tools. But when you actually learn the material, you don't need those learning tools anymore because you learn the material. I don't really need to think about whole half anymore because I just know how to spell out all my major scales in all 12 keys, and subsequently I practice them on the guitar exactly in the same way that I showed you earlier. So I think that was a fantastic video from Cory Wong. He's 100% right. If you want to be an advanced guitarist, you definitely need to know how to find all of your notes all over the neck. But I think that if you go through it in this exact way that I'm telling you, it's going to be way more fun, and you're going to actually do it, and then you're going to actually get good at it. Whereas sitting there just trying to, find all your F's and all this stuff, that's not musical, and it's not fun, and that's why nobody's going to do it. So you got to find the way that's most musically impactful to do it, and that's actually fun so that you'll actually do it and you'll actually get good at it. So if you want me to help you in way more detail, not just do that, but be able to master all keys all over the neck in every single possible position and all the chords that you need to know in order to be an awesome guitarist, then make sure you go to jamsville.com right now and pick up the Jamsville GPS Fretboard Fundamentals course, where I expand upon the ideas that we talked about in this video. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and until next time, listen, learn, and jam.